Hello, my name is Katie Cole and I am the 4-H educator in Seneca County, and I am going to be presenting today on our career day that we hosted back in September of 2019. Our career day was put on by our junior leaders, and our junior leaders is another teen opportunity in our county that is different than our car teens, our camp counselors, and junior fair board. And I do want to recognize and give credit to um, Sue Lewis, who is our other junior leadership advisor, as well as some of our junior leaders that helped put this presentation together and also helped conduct our career day back in the fall. So our junior leadership, our motive and our goal within this teen group is to serve youth and families in our community. And so I want to, kind of give that background, because that is a lot of why we decided to do this career day back in the fall. And also our motto is to service with pride, lead with confidence, and inspire to impact lives. And so a lot of what this group does is community service and reaching out to others if they need something or want help with something, and just kind of use those hands to larger service for the better good for this group. So with our career day, it first came about because we do a large group project with our junior leaders. And so we pick a leadership project from all of the leadership projects that there are to choose from. And they all fill out their own book, but they work on it together. And usually with this group project comes some sort of event or program that kind of evolves as they do the project. So back in 2019, last year, they chose to do the group project, My Hands to Larger Service. And again, this is one of the many leadership projects that you can choose from in the 4-H program. And so they kind of started on this project, and that's how this career day kind of came about, as kind of the event that they wanted to put on based on this project. And then it also came about because a lot of our older youth say that they want to do and see more career exploration and hear about, different opportunities there are out there as far as careers, and, what path they might choose as they get older. So with that being said, from this group project, they always attend our county 4-H project judging, and they get judged just like any other 4-H member does with their project, but they do go to the judge as a group, and they kind of share their thoughts, their vision about what event or program or project that they plan on doing with that. And then they hope to get, some judges' input and feedback from those projects. And then, they just share what they hope to get out of it and what their expectations are. So then after project judging, they definitely, took their plan of work into play. And after setting a date and starting to contact local businesses and organizations and even some colleges and universities, part of the way we get word out there is our advertising. And so as you can see on the screen, we have our flyer that we created, and this was shared through a lot of our local schools. After school started in August, they distributed these flyers for them to put on their announcements as well as hang up throughout the school. They also shared them with local businesses and organizations, especially those that had committed to participating in the event on that day for us. We shared them on our social media pages through our 4-H page, as well as our county fair, which was the end of July. We put flyers up around the barns and buildings at the fair. And then we also place these flyers in 4-H club packets that we give to each advisor during the county fair, so that they could, share not only with their members, but then, widely from there. And then, us as well as the junior leaders, we just spread the word, just talking to people as well. So we definitely hit advertising pretty hard. We had a lot of different organizations and businesses share it amongst their social media pages. The economic partnership within Seneca County shared it. The Visit Seneca County page shared it. Our commissioner shared it. So we definitely were very thankful for the support in this effort, especially for it being our first time. So we contacted a lot of, like I said, our local businesses and organizations, and as well as some community colleges. And after we reached out to them, we definitely publicized them on our media pages, as these were kind of the businesses that we're going to have here on this day. And you can see on the slide that this is the banner that we created, and this was hung during the event, so that people knew what their options were that day as far as who they could go and talk to and visit. And it was just a nice way to kind of thank our businesses for coming that day and to publicize them. And so we did send each of our businesses a letter that stated kind of what we were doing and if they were interested. And we asked them kind of what their role was within that business and how long they've been there, and specifically what they did at that business or organization. And we asked them if they needed any sort of accommodations, if they wanted to attend, and basically just a commitment form that they had to send back to us that informed us that yes, they want to participate. Here is kind of their background, and these are the things that they need for that day. And if they committed to attending that day, we followed up with a letter stating that we received this information. We greatly appreciate them participating in our event, and just kind of gave them, the expectations of when they could set up, where it was going to be located again, and just some follow-up information for them after they committed to us. So at the actual event itself, again, our junior leaders were the main individuals kind of running the event and making sure that things ran smoothly. And so here is some of them at our registration table. So as participants came to the event, they would sign up, they would sign in their name. And then they also had the opportunity to put their name into a drawing for an iPad that was sponsored by Junior Leadership. And then also in our letters that we sent out to our organizations and businesses, we asked if they wanted to give us money to go towards a general scholarship. And so this scholarship was for any individual that planned to further their education after high school, and they would just have to show us proof of them being enrolled into that university or that community college after the event, and we would, present them with that scholarship. So that was really nice that we did have some businesses and organizations that donated money for that general scholarship, that we could then provide that as a door prize at the end and kind of an incentive for our participants that came. And then also at the registration table, they were given a survey that we just asked them to hang on to and fill out before they left that day. So we gave it to them at the beginning and then asked them to give it back to us before they left. So that was all happening at the registration table. And so now I'll kind of go into the different colleges and universities and businesses that we had present that day. We definitely hope to continue this event in the future, and we already see where we can kind of broaden our scope as far as colleges and universities and businesses that we can ask to come. But we felt that for our first time trying this out, that we had definitely a good grasp, like a good handle, a good amount, I guess, of colleges and businesses represented. So for our first time, as far as colleges and universities, we had Tiffin University present, and we had Mercy College, and then also we had Terra State Community College and Ohio State ATI. And a couple of those, Terra State and Tiffin University, actually provided their own scholarships for anybody wanting to pursue attending those colleges after high school. So I believe Tiffin University offered a $500 scholarship that individuals could enter into that day, as well as Terra State had two $250 scholarships that anybody wanting to attend that college could enter into that day. So again, great opportunities, and we were thankful that our colleges were wanting to provide those opportunities to our participants. So now, as far as our businesses and organizations that we had present there that day, we did want to offer a wide array of careers and occupations to our participants. So that was the goal. And I think overall with who we had present there, we hit that. We did have the opportunity as well for them, if they wanted to be mentors or essentially send out information to our participants as a follow-up. If they found that they were really interested in that specific occupation or career. So in our letter that we sent out, we asked them, if they would be willing to kind of be mentors or, send follow-up information to our participants. And if they said that they would, then we had kind of sign-up sheets at those tables for the participants to sign their name if they were interested in getting more information about that career or occupation. And then a lot of them too, like I said, they donated money to the general scholarship that we had to offer. And a lot of them had their own little giveaways or gifts that they could either enter into or just kind of takeaways at their table for the participants. So that was really nice. So our first one that we had was Klaus Construction Corporation, which is a local construction company. We also had Edward Jones that was representing a financial advisor. We had the YMCA that was there representing childcare. ProMedica was there representing the registered nurse occupation. We had a business manager representing Slingwine Excavating, and they kind of own their own business, and so they were there to kind of talk to anybody that wanted to pursue, starting up their own business and what all that entailed and what they would need to do. We had the secretary at New Regal School represented, and she was there kind of talking about office management and anything to do with, sitting and being kind of the front lines of any office and, serving clientele and customer service and all of that sort of thing. On the agriculture side of things, we had Sunrise Cooperative represented. She was specifically there for marketing, but she also talked a lot about, you know, agriculture in general and what Sunrise does. And then here's a list of some of our other businesses. We had Nissen Brake representing quality control and kind of overall just like engineering would be the broad scope of that. We did have an automotive company represented. We also had Mercy Health. They were representing human resources. And then we had a dental hygienist from Dr. Joseph Tuhaliski's dental office. They're representing the dental occupation or career field. So those were all of the ones that we had participate in our event this past year. But after the event was over, we did thank all of our businesses and cooperations and colleges with a thank you card. We took a group picture at the beginning and we had somebody go and develop those pictures to then put in our thank you cards to distribute to them before they left. So we had the junior leaders fill out all these thank you cards and put the picture inside them. And then they were also given a 4-H tumbler. So we really wanted to, you know, thank them for taking time out of their Sunday afternoon to be with us that day. And then those colleges and organizations and businesses that were represented also received an evaluation that they could fill out to just give us some feedback on what they thought about how the setup was and how the event ran, you know, accommodations, all those sorts of things. And then also we did our drawings at the end. We told the participants that they didn't necessarily have to be there at the conclusion to win their prize, but we highly encouraged that. And I would say a lot of them did leave and come back. And so we drew for our iPad at that time and for the general scholarship, as well as those that signed up for the Tiffin University scholarship and the 2 Terra State scholarships. So it was really nice to use those to kind of draw everyone back together. So as far as our evaluation results from our participants, 71% said that they learned something. So, you know, we obviously hoped that by coming to the event, they were able to learn a little bit from different businesses and organizations, and maybe even more about how to enroll in college courses and maybe what each college has to offer. And then just some quotes from our evaluations. They really enjoyed visiting the different colleges. They also liked the scholarship drawings and said that that was something that drew them to the event. And they liked learning more about the different jobs and careers. So here is our large group picture of all of our members from the different businesses and cooperations and colleges that were present, along with some of our junior leaders scattered in there. And this was the picture that was put in all of the thank you cards at the end. So as far as our exhibitors, as in their evaluation results, 92% of them said that they were you know, accommodated well. And so we were thankful for that and glad that we had a good setup for them. 85% of them said that they really enjoyed the event. 70% said that they would attend this event again in the future. So hoping to get some of them back as we move forward and hope to continue this. And then some of the quotes from them, they said that they enjoyed talking to the kids and the parents, and they also really liked explaining what they do on a daily basis. So, you know, I think it really gave them an opportunity to share what they do and what they thoroughly enjoy as their career and occupation. So it was nice to see that. So, if you have any questions as far as our career day, and if you want to see maybe the letter we sent out to our businesses and organizations to ask them if they would be willing to participate, or if you want me to send you our flyer, or any other information as far as how we went about our career day, please reach out to me. My email is listed here. Again, we hope to expand on this and continue doing this in the future, as we did receive a lot of great feedback, and it's just another opportunity to also reach out to the community. And this was not geared specifically just for 4-H members. It was for anybody to attend. And so we were able to collaborate with a lot of our local businesses and corporations. So it was a really great event for us, and we hope to broaden it and continue it. But please reach out if you have any questions, or if you would like to do something like this in your county. Thank you.